Elevate TV, advancing kingdom lifestyle.
Good evening, viewers. Welcome to today's show Maina Unveiled. What a great privilege to be here again, to be able to have conversations that build and bring value to men and generally to everyone. This is a great time for us to connect and to be able to talk to one another. We are glad to host a very distinguished guest with us, a gentleman of high reputation. We want to have a conversation about media growth and opportunities and all the emerging issues that are connected with media. Today we have a very wonderful guest with me, Mr. Maina. Please introduce yourself to the viewers.
Thank you, James.
Yes.
My name is Maina Muiruri. I'm the chairman of the Media Council of Kenya. I've been a journalist for many years. I started in 1991 as a reporter for the Standard newspapers.
Yes.
I became a feature writer. It was my passion. Writing is a passion.
Yes.
You grow, you don't grow into it.
Yes.
It's like you are born into it. It's an art. So I grew to become a political writer, political editor. I covered parliament for many years, still at the Standard. I was once a bureau chief in Mombasa. I opened the Standard office in Mombasa that covers the Standard, the KTN, and the other arms of the newspaper in Mombasa. I returned to Nairobi in 2007 as a deputy news editor. Then I became a news editor. And in 2010, I left to join the People Daily as the managing editor. The Green People Daily newspaper, I was the founding editor. The Kenya's first free sheet newspaper, we call them free sheets.
Yes.
Yeah, we modeled it on the Metro of London.
Yes.
It is free when we give it to you on traffic,
Yes.
but it makes profit
Yes.
through other innovations,
Yes.
like advertising and marketing.
And I think as I want to interrupt you, because I must commend you for that very creative invention. I think we had never had such a free newspaper. And this comes and revolutionizes everything. You said you borrowed that idea from the Metro in the UK.
Yes.
Wow.
The idea of a free sheet has thrived in Europe, in India.
Yes.
They are there.
Mm.
Kenya had never had a national free newspaper.
Yes.
We did not know how it works because you cannot do it without profit.
Yes.
So we went to London. We had a short internship at the Daily Metro.
Yes.
The London Daily Metro prints about 600,000 per day.
Wow, that's a big figure.
For free.
For free.
We copied the model.
Yes.
How does it work? You give the print for free, but you charge a premium for advertising.
Wow.
That's how that newspaper has sustained today and still growing.
Yes.
If you check even the edition of today,
Yes.
you'll find that adverts are 3 pages deep before you reach page 1.
Yes.
That's very good business. When
That's
I
good
see
business,
it
yes.
today, I still feel proud that we went that way.
Yes.
It's also a very informative paper. It has features. It competes with the other papers that are for sale.
Yes.
And it's thriving. Print newspapers for sale are suffering.
Yes.
Worldwide.
Yes.
Not just in Kenya.
Yes.
But when you have a free sheet,
Yes.
because you are not asking for money, if you print 100,000, you give out 100,000.
Yes.
There is no return.
Yes.
Other newspapers have returns.
Have returns, yes.
The People Daily started by firing the returns manager.
Yes.
Because there is no return.
Yes.
Only profit.
Yes.
It's a great idea.
Wow.
Yeah, the profits may not be through the roof.
Yes.
Not too much.
Yes.
But it breaks even.
Yes.
Employs journalists and keeps growing.
Wow.
Yes.
That idea has grown over a period of time and it continues to thrive, isn't it?
It continues to thrive.
Yes.
And looking at where I left in 2018.
Yes.
It's better.
Yes.
They are printing more than we were printing in 2018.
Yes.
That tells you there is growth.
There's a lot of growth.
Yes.
Wow. Yes. And you mentioned a bit part of your bio about you starting as a freelance writer.
Every journalist, and we still advise them today, as you are looking for a job, do not sit on your laurels at home.
Yes.
Start writing.
True.
When you start writing, you get noticed,
yes.
and you'll get a job.
Yes.
So I started as a freelance, but I later got a job.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is what we are encouraging the young people to do, not to just to sit idly and complaining that there are no jobs, and thrust themselves in the opportunities available by writing, isn't it? And gradually somebody will recognize them.
When I was young
yes.
and writing for the Standard, I did not look for a job.
Yes.
They looked for me.
Yes.
Because of the features I was doing from outside. They looked for me. Your work can sell you.
Yes.
Do not, and those were not digital days.
Yes.
Those were difficult days.
Analog days.
Analog.
We used to write and send to the editor.
Sometimes through poster,
yes.
or you make a call,
yes.
and someone types
yes.
on a manual typewriter what you are reading.
Yes.
And the story is published the following day.
Yes.
And the editors get impressed and they'll hire you.
The Bible says that the gift in a person brings him before greatness.
Exactly.
So that potent inside you, when given a room to thrive, it cannot be stopped by anything. No matter the distance, no matter the barriers which you have had, I believe, as you have said, those early days, it was quite difficult to even publish a story, isn't it? Even to reach that story to the editor.
It was difficult.
Yes.
And competition was still stiff. Okay. There were many people wanting to write.
Yes.
And if your story is not good enough, it will not be published.
Yes.
So you had to give it everything you've got.
Yes.
In difficult circumstances.
True.
As a freelancer, I was not based in Nairobi. I was based in Migori.
Yes.
I had been posted there first by the government. Immediately after college,
yes.
Kenya Institute of Mass Communication,
yes.
we used to be posted.
Yes.
But the
for internship or kind of?
No, to the Kenya News Agency office. Kind of internship.
Okay.
But at the same time now,
yes.
if you want to get a higher job in the newspapers, we started writing from those outposts.
Okay.
You have people in Moyale,
yes,
Marsabit,
yes,
Meru, everywhere, writing and competing for very small space. If your story is published, we used to feel like
wow,
you would cut it and keep it.
Yes.
We used to have scrapbooks.
Because you have been considered.
You've been considered.
Wow.
We felt very proud.
Were you inspired by someone to front yourself in that area?
Journalism is an art.
Yes.
You feel it in the heart. You want to do it.
Yes.
My old man had wanted me to become a policeman.
Okay.
And we had several in the village because we had a senior police officer near our village.
Yes.
Who took several boys.
Yes, to the
yes,
police
he was
force.
given my name.
Yes.
And I thought, no, I'm not ending up in Kiganjo.
Yes.
So I took off.
Yes.
And came to Nairobi.
Literally, you took off.
Yes, I came to Nairobi.
Yes.
And just popped in my uncle's house. He used to live in Isli.
Yes.
And told him I want to do something else. I don't want to go and become a cop.
Wow.
He housed me for a while.
Yes.
As I looked for how to enter diploma college.
Yes.
It was difficult those days. But first I started teaching.
Yes.
We used to be called UTs.
Yes, untrained teachers. Yes.
I taught for a while, like 1 year.
Yes.
Then applied for diploma college. I only used to apply for the journalism one. I never used to apply for Utali.
Meaning you knew exactly what you wanted to do.
I knew what I wanted to do. Wow. Even as a teacher, I was still writing.
Yes.
And my stories were appearing.
Yes.
And I had not trained.
Imagine.
Nation published my first story in 1990.
1990.
Yes. And
wow.
now, finally, I got into college.
Yes. Your door opened to go to the college?
Yes.
And after training,
I was taken.
Yes.
And it was a difficult, those days, they used to pick one person per district.
Wow.
Meaning that year I was the only one taken from Moranga.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
They used to take
That's how competitive
people.
it was.
That's how competitive it was.
Wow.
But when you appear for the interview
yes.
with cuttings,
yes.
they want to take this one.
This guy has something.
Yes, he can hack it.
So whatever drove you was not necessarily the trappings of this career, isn't it?
Mostly it was passion.
It was the passion.
You wanted to do it. We still used to get paid.
True.
But money was little.
Yes.
Our whole story, they would pay like 400 Kenya shillings.
Yes.
Although things were cheap.
Yes.
400, you could buy yourself a shoe, jeans.
Yes.
send my mother 50
Yes.
and still
Yes.
and still eat.
Life was easy then.
Life was easy, so easy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we cannot undervalue the component of the reward, of course. But I'm saying I admire the way the passion drove you to forfeit an opportunity to go to the police, that which looked lucrative those days and still is, and passionate to other people, but you chose what you wanted to become. Is there anybody who highlighted that strength in you at any point when you are at your formative stages?
Yes, the teachers.
Good.
Because in high school, those days we had high school. I went to
Yes.
Form 6.
Yes. The A-levels.
The A-levels.
Yes.
I went to Form 6 in Bungoma.
Yes.
I was a natural writer for the school.
Yes.
When we have games, I would pen it with my hand and pin it on the notice board.
Yes.
What happened yesterday?
Yes.
When we went for football, I had to be carried.
Yes.
I'm not a player. I had
To go and
be carried
document the story.
and pin it.
Yes.
And our literature teacher used to tell me, you'll become a scribe.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think
You start early.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Somebody identified that skill and you went for it and you have honed it over a period of time, and look where you are right now.
Thank you.
The goodness of God in your life and how you have succeeded.
Yes.
Mr. Maina, let's also take a different direction and now talk about where we are at. Yeah, we have discovered, as you mentioned, that things have continued mutating in the industry, and the old ways of doing things being abolished, isn't it?
Exactly.
And some opportunities and jobs being rendered redundant. What would you like to say, especially to the young people who are out there and they are running to the mainstream media? What other opportunities can they explore?
All over there in the world, the digital age. Mostly now it's being called the digital disruption.
Yes.
It has disrupted lives.
Yes.
Positively and negatively.
Yes.
When I started working, media was all analog. And we never could imagine it would reach where it is today.
Yes.
That things would change. There are people who were retrenched just because they could not evolve into the digital.
Yes.
When computers came, they could not imagine you file and you don't give the editor a paper.
Yes.
We used to call them folio.
Yes.
Pieces of paper.
Yes.
You write, you give, you write, you give out. Senior guys who just resisted and did not think, no, this can't happen. I finish a story, I close it and wait. Someone opens it there, works on it and waits.
Yes.
We used to cut pictures with scissors.
Yes.
And draw them with all that is history.
Yes.
And the digital age is here.
Yes.
It's very welcome because work is now done in a very fast way. You don't have to send photographs from Nyeri in a
courier.
MK,
Yes.
MK, whatever.
Yes.
Matatu.
Yes.
That's what we used to do when I was in Migori. I used to put pictures in their camera.
So that they're transported to
These
Nairobi.
days I finish everything. I can do everything on my phone here.
Yes.
And edit my story on phone.
Yes.
And send it.
Yes.
And it's published and I read it.
Wow.
And I'm on Safari. I'm in the SGR.
Yes.
And what I've sent is already posted.
Yes.
What has that done? The digital disruption is real.
Yes.
Big companies, let me talk about media,
Yes.
although it's affecting nearly all sectors.
Yes.
Media companies have started feeling it. As you can see, the printed copy of the newspaper is going down.
True.
It's shrinking.
Yes.
New York Times has stopped printing.
Yeah,
They
it's
have
a
gone
worldwide
fully
thing.
digital.
Yes.
They are now fully digital.
What about the Washington Post?
They still print,
Okay.
but they are headed this direction of the New York Times.
Yes.
They will stop. Nearly everybody will stop doing the print.
Yes.
However nostalgic it is.
Yes.
What does that do? It fires very many people.
True.
So work is shrinking. Newspapers are now wanting to hire you because you can do, from the field, you can send for radio,
Yes.
for TV, one person,
Yes.
and you take your photos, one person.
He's the
and
same
you take
guy.
your video.
He's the same camera. He's
Yes.
a camera guy.
Even phones,
Yes.
good phones are now, even CNN is using good phones.
Yeah.
They are buying you that stand. A
The
very good
tripod.
stand. You stand in front of your phone,
Yes.
you finish with it, you switch off,
Wow.
and you're in the field.
Yes.
So where newspapers used to employ 5 people to go for a feature, I used to be followed by a photographer,
Yes.
and we used to go with the TV guys,
Yes.
and a radio person, a team of 5 in one car. These days, as we are talking now,
you drive yourself to
as we are talking now,
yes.
Nation has sent 1 editor to Qatar.
One editor.
Yes.
He will sort out all the other areas.
Yes.
Wow.
The other old times they would send 5 or
Yes.
6.
Yes.
One day BBC sent to the World Cup about 500 people.
Wow. A whole delegation.
Now they can't explain. Now
Yes.
at most now they may send only 20 because they are global. So digital age is shrinking working space and work opportunities.
Yes.
Newspapers are hiring less people.
Yes.
TVs are hiring less people.
Yes.
Very skilled ones.
Highly skilled.
Highly skilled.
Yes.
So how do you survive?
That's the question. That's the
You
elephant in the
must
room.
evolve yourself to what they want.
Yes.
Did you do only photography? Do videos also.
Okay.
Yeah. So that you can also become self-employed as a blogger.
Yes.
Or a vlogger.
Or a vlogger, yeah.
And newspapers can also look for you. We are looking for someone who can take pictures,
Yes.
video, write. That one is a skill. That one,
it's true.
Yes, write.
Yes.
Edit, everything. From where you are,
Yes.
you'll get a job if you can position yourself to become very marketable.
To be a one-stop
One-stop
journalist.
shop journalist.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, who can do everything.
Yes.
That's what they are looking for. If you look at the time of COVID, every big media house retrenched.
True. Massively.
Massively.
Yes. And not only in Kenya.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
From the Media Council of Kenya,
Yes.
at one time we were grappling with trying to help 600 people fired or salaries slashed by half.
Yes.
Radio stations closed.
Yes.
Mostly because of COVID, but also shrinking revenues.
Yes. Shrinking revenues.
Yes.
Wow.
However, some thrived even
Yes.
in that crisis
Yes.
by being innovative. So you have to be very creative to thrive
Yes.
in the digital age.
Yes.
You can see now most of the mainstream media houses have started what is called converged newsroom.
Okay.
That newsroom has in this corner photography, video, radio. Editors are now sitting in one small circle.
Yes.
When a reporter comes from outside, their stories are poured there.
Yes.
The radio person picks. The digital person now is number 1. Newspapers are beginning to promote digital people
Yeah.
as
Vis-a-vis
opposed to
the-
traditional print media jackals
Yes.
like us.
Yes.
They are now hiring the digital savvy, mostly young ones. Yes. Are the ones who are very sharp in these things.
True.
They are hiring those ones now because
Because that's where the market is going.
That's where the market is going.
And
And
we cannot fight change.
Yes. And we are moving from where editors used to sit and decide what you are going to read tomorrow.
Yes.
Editors are now sitting and looking for what the people want to read.
Yes.
If you go to Twitter, you will know which story you want to give them tomorrow.
In fact, I was reading about a feature in the Washington Post. Washington Post.
Yeah.
And they were saying that they have an automated journalist. They are trying to search for the stories that are relevant in that region. And so, as you are saying now, they don't have an option. They will have to search and get what is the trend, what do the people want to hear about. Unlike when you're saying the editors would sit down and decide which story to publish and which one to give a blackout. Wow.
These days, you listen to the people.
Yes.
It's that technology you're talking of is already here now.
Yes, it's already here.
Yeah, it's already here.
Wow.
In the mainstream newspapers.
Yes.
Yeah. The digital editor has something running the whole day and checking this item has remained top trend from morning.
Yes.
That's what you'll have tomorrow.
Yes, we must consider it.
Yes.
Wow.
And you'll not run it the way it's running here.
Yes.
There is a new brand of journalism being taught now called following day journalism.
Following day journalism.
Meaning, people have already read the whole day.
Yes.
So what are you going to tell them tomorrow?
Wow.
So tomorrow now, you find many newspapers trying to say why this happened. Not this happened.
Yes.
Yeah?
Why this happened.
Yes.
Yes.
Kenya has authorized the importation of GMO.
Yes.
We've read it the whole day.
True.
Tomorrow now, what would people buy? What will GMOs do to our indigenous crops?
Yes.
That's a new angle.
Yes.
That was not there yesterday.
Yes.
So journalists are being taught to think
Ahead.
of tomorrow, not because today is already finished.
Today is already, people have already
Yes.
gotten the information.
On social media.
Yes.
Social media is the worst competitor of traditional media now.
Yes.
We call it legacy media.
Legacy media.
Social media is a nightmare.
Yes.
It's chasing them. You are going to print your paper tomorrow.
Yes.
What you are going to print has already been.
People have already read.
It's everywhere.
They are aware what was happening.
They are saying things you can't see.
Yes.
You know, they are hard to regulate.
Yes. But I think we must admit, as we said, we have to adapt and reprocess ourselves again, because things have shifted. We are no longer in the conventional ways of doing things in the media, isn't it?
Yes.
And therefore, as you have said, people must reinvent, re-strategize, and see how to address the emerging almost trends every day, you know. And I like that when you said about the following, you said the following?
Following day journalism.
The following day journalism.
Yes, yes.
Wow.
That's how you'll survive now.
Yes.
One of the greatest teachers of journalism in Kenya, God rest his soul in peace, he died this year, earlier, Joe Cathy.
Yes.
He was a lecturer at USIU. He has taught all of us. He was a mzee.
Okay.
He used to work in Nation since he was a young man.
Yes.
Since the days of analog completely. Yes. At his age, I think he died well beyond the age of 70, almost 80. At his age, he was better than any young digital journalist you could ever see.
Wow.
He reinvented himself.
At his old age?
Yes. And he used to teach us how to survive in this digital age.
Wow.
Before he started ailing, he still would teach in any workshop. A workshop of media would not be complete without him.
Wow.
And he would teach you this, how you do this. And he's using a gadget, you wonder, how does he do this?
Yes. Especially considering that he may...
Yeah, he's projecting at 2 screens.
Yes.
And he knows what to pick from where.
Yes.
And he's challenging you.
Yes.
And he was a mzee.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's a man
he was relevant throughout.
He's a man who read his times.
Yes, yes.
You know, in the Bible, there's a certain family called the children of Issachar.
Yes, yes.
Who knew their times.
Yes.
Who knew their seasons.
Exactly.
So you must read ahead and be able to forecast what will happen.
Yes. And he used to tell us, evolve or perish.
Evolve or perish.
Yes.
Wow.
And that's exactly what he's facing.
And it's the same message you are sending to people today.
Yes.
Evolve or you perish.
Yes. Competition is it's stiff.
Yes.
It's everywhere.
Bottleneck.
And you are facing competition from people who are not even journalists.
It's true.
And they are being read more than you.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they are writing, people don't like the very well packaged, careful stuff of newspapers.
Yes.
They start with the dirty social media that tells you the rumor.
Yes.
Rumor sells quickly.
Yes.
Even if it's unconfirmed.
True.
It's a big headache for the mainstream who must obey and toe the line of ethics.
Yes.
But there is a way, for example, that has been shown by New York Times.
Yes.
You can evolve and survive. Yeah. They are making as much money as they used to make when they were printing.
Oh.
Yes.
Are they the same guys who are issuing the free paper? Those are different guys.
Not Metro.
Okay.
New York Times.
Okay.
And they are selling, you can read, you can use $1 from Monday to Friday.
Wow.
To read New York Times.
Oh, the digital one.
Digital one.
Yes.
$1. All you need to tell them is, what do you want? Sports. They'll be drawing you sports. They add you 2 other or 3 things. Politics. Entertainment, fashion.
Yes.
They'll send you for the whole week. For
customized information.
Yes. Okay. What has that done? It has made the whole world their newsstand.
Okay.
I buy every Monday. $1 is like $1.30.
Yes.
Every Monday I send $1.30.
Yes.
I read the whole week.
Yes. And that can make them very profitable.
Yeah.
Even in the declining moments of our economies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. I think, as you have said, the message is very clear.
Yes.
Evolve or perish.
Yes. The challenge of fake news.
Okay.
Someone here in Kenya, and us at the Media Council of Kenya, and another company called Africa Check, instead of just crying there is fake news, we've established a desk to fight fake news.
To verify those news.
That's employment.
Yes.
Anybody getting a suspected fake story sends there. Check this for me.
Yes.
3 minutes, fake.
Okay.
So even fake news
it's a business.
Is negative, but it's also
creating
a job on the other side.
It's creating an opportunity for somebody.
The verification has become a job.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting times.
Just to verify, yes.
Wow. I think I'm loving the conversation and the exposure you have brought on the big arena of the media. a lot of knowledge, and we are going to consume them as we go even to our next session. I want us to take a small break. When we come back, we'll dig deeper and see areas that we can mitigate, how to mitigate, and work around the spaces available in a safe way, and especially even in consideration of the family setup. Thank you so much, guys. We're going to take a small break. See you then. Thank you so much, viewers, for having stayed along with us for this conversation. I'm glad that we are here again to continue with our previous conversation with my guest here, Mr. Maina Muiruri. He's a chairman of the Media Council of Kenya and a great contributor in this industry. He has been on this game for quite some time, and he understands a lot of things. And I love the way he's saying that our current journalists must be able to adapt and be able to direct themselves to the new emerging trends and be able to keep up with pace with what is happening. I think that's where we had left our conversation with, and you insisted that this is an area. You remember you talked about this lecturer,
Joe Kadhi.
the Joe Kadhi.
Yeah.
And you said how he had a lot of enthusiasm to learn technology. And during the break, you were mentioning about when you were in school and those big machineries that were doing the old jobs. Now they are being phased out. And things have continued. You said, like you mentioned that in Qatar, they are sending very few journalists to cover a whole world event. Yeah. So people must start re-engineering themselves and taking advantage of the opportunities and presenting themselves as a full pack. You remember you said a one-stop, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's go to this other area, Mr. Maina Muiruri, in terms of policy and regulation, because you have one of the mandates of the Kenya, the Media Council, is to be an oversight. Okay? What are you put in place in that direction? Cyberbullying and protection of the minors.
First, as a regulator, Media Council of Kenya is a media regulator in Kenya.
Yes.
It is a model of self-regulation where media is taught to regulate itself rather than wait for the government to come and regulate you, which
Yes.
would be not very friendly. One of the things we take very seriously is content. Public content is taken very seriously
Yes.
because it has effects. The one that exposes especially children and young people is the electronic media.
Yes.
TV and radio.
Yes.
Print not too much, because mostly print you have to buy.
Yes.
First, in a proactive way, what the Media Council of Kenya has been doing, we started calling to account radio presenters, especially the breakfast show type and the late evening type. Most of them are former comedians.
Yes.
They've never gone
And
anywhere
great influencers in the society.
Great influencers, popular, because they've already become popular.
Yes,
in
through
comedy.
their comedy and stuff.
Now you give them a mic and they've never passed outside a journalism school.
True.
And they become dangerous with it, the language. So what Media Council of Kenya started is a program to train them on ethics.
Wow.
Just ethics, and end it there. And we've really captured both of them.
Yes.
Or you don't become accredited by Media Council.
Yes.
And it's working.
Yes.
And by our own assessment through opinion polls,
Yes.
it is now agreed that there is a big toning down of language
True.
in radios.
I totally agree with you.
But there is another area now where everybody is overwhelmed. The digital space.
Yes.
Where you have people now running their own blogs,
And
vlogs,
Mm.
and they are not journalists.
They are not, yeah.
And they don't care what content they put out there.
Yes.
We've also attempted to rein them in, the ones we can,
Yes.
especially the known ones.
Mm.
Just last year, during the COVID time,
Yes.
we took a big group, like 40, to Naivasha and sat them down. You make money through this content. That's agreed. However, because this is your daily bread, you need to be responsible.
Yes.
We taught them how to. You can be an effective blogger without being a very vulgar one.
Yes.
Or a very dirty one.
Yes.
Yeah. You remember one time KFCB boss Ezekiel Mutua once collided with a very popular
Artist.
artist.
Yes.
Because of content.
Yes, yes, yes.
So such people now bloggers who behave in the same way are in our ambit.
Yes.
We'll continuously keep trying to rein them in.
Yes.
And those who behave and agree, yes, we have something like a broadcasting code, a code of conduct for practice of journalism in Kenya.
Yes.
It's now being developed, a digital code
Okay.
for bloggers that they will be following. If you agree to follow it and sign up to it, you become accredited by the Media Council of Kenya.
Wow.
You have advantages. You
Yes.
can be invited to cover parliament. You
Yes.
can be invited to cover anywhere. Our badge is the most respected accreditation in Kenya.
Yes.
Rather, the only recognized by the government.
Yes.
So you can, if you become...
It was very effective, especially during the pandemic.
Yes, very
Yes.
effective. It
Yes.
could pass through the barriers.
Yes, it could pass all through the
Yes,
barriers.
yes. So that's what we are trying to do.
Yeah.
However, now cyberbullying, it's a whole different game where we do not even begin to scratch the surface. It's a global problem. It's happening everywhere, even in Kenya.
Yes.
Now it's not only causing distress just to the parents, it's causing harm to young people. It's being blamed
Even
even
people,
for some suicide.
yes, suicide cases.
Or
drug-
engagement in
drug-
very,
yes, drug abuse.
very deviant behavior,
Yes.
drug abuse, sexual
Yes.
engagement of
Yes.
underage. It's heavily being thought about how to deal with it. What we may just offer because we have no tools to deal with it, it indeed falls in the criminal area.
Yes.
People who engage in such or who cyberbully, it's criminal. Yesterday, a young man who lured a girl to Nairobi and took her to 12th floor at Kileleshwa and pushed her out. Yesterday, he was jailed for 5 years. You saw that?
I didn't see that.
It's in the news.
Yes.
Yes. It's the media that highlighted it.
Yes.
And media did a lot of articles telling young girls, young men, avoid being lured through
Yes.
the social media.
Yes.
That girl, she didn't die, but I think she got
Luckily.
very serious injuries.
Yes.
The magistrate said, it's only that you are young, I could have jailed you for life.
Yes.
That tells you how serious this crime is.
Yes.
So parents need to be sensitized, told a lot about it. Media has been writing about it, how to avoid cyberbullying. And they cyberbully everyone.
Yes.
President Uhuru,
Yes. Was
3
also-
years ago,
Yes.
got out of all social
Yes.
media.
Yes.
Yeah,
It was pushed to the
yes,
wall.
Yes, children of senior people
It's true.
are suffering it.
It's true. I agree.
Yes.
It's a big thing.
It's a big thing.
Yes.
However, you cannot just sit back and say it's a big thing. It's happening.
Yes.
It needs to be continuously fought. And we hope people like Twitter will get back to that seriousness they had.
Yes.
Since the change of ownership now
Has taken place.
we are getting worried.
Yes.
It's like they are again
Opening up
opening
the
up
spaces.
the space
for-
for fake news and
yes.
people to be bullied again. So it's a big thing that needs to be thought out and proactively countered.
Yes.
With a lot of information.
Yes.
With a lot of training.
Yes.
Yeah.
At the basic unit of a family, what would you talk to the parents to be able to watch out for or to be proactive about?
Parents should not leave the job to teachers and the government. It starts with them.
Yes.
Indeed, they have the heavier responsibility.
True.
Because when they are with the teachers, they don't carry phones to school.
Yes.
When they return home, they have phones
gadgets,
available.
yes.
There's a forum I attended on regulation.
Okay.
And one of the topics being taught was how to control children from consuming harmful content.
Yes.
When you hand your child the phone, her phone or his phone,
Yes.
you're already opening up that space.
True.
If they have to use the phone, let them use your phone.
Oh, yeah.
You know, your phone's
Yes.
keep history.
Yeah, it has history.
Give them your phone.
Yes.
And when it's your phone,
You'll
they
be
are more
able to
careful.
audit it later.
Yeah,
Yes.
and draw comments like, you know, I'm able to check what you've been doing on my phone.
Yes.
You have it.
Yes.
It
helps to mitigate some of
although
those.
these young people are
Very
too
smart.
creative.
Yes.
They are very
Can
smart.
even delete the history.
But it's good to do something.
Yeah, yeah, to be
Yeah.
proactive.
Most of our pay TV
Yes.
have a parent button.
Yeah,
Like DSTV has a parent button.
true.
But many parents don't even know
They don't even think about
how
it.
to block
Yes.
the movie channels.
Yes.
They just leave it like that. You're not guilty of a crime if you are spying on your children.
Yeah.
It's allowed.
It's allowed.
Yes.
Wow.
You should spy on your children and know what they are consuming. Yeah. When it's getting to many parents don't even know there was a problem until a boy commits suicide.
True.
And boy children are the most affected. I don't know why.
In that area, I
Yes,
agree.
because they are like the cat.
Yes.
They are very curious.
Are
They
they?
venture.
They are very adventurous,
Yes.
and also sometimes can also be very. They hide under their skin a lot of what is happening outside.
Yes.
Remember when I said that young men want to present themselves as if they are making it, even when they are struggling a lot. And media does not help in that area because they will give you a room to thrive in that area. But as you are saying, I'm getting the message that we should keep on checking with the young people also, and also the young men, and helping them to come to the reality of things. So you are trying to reinforce that. The more we govern and kind of help our children feed on the right things, they will produce the right things.
Exactly.
Wow.
And another thing that you've mentioned, which needs to be highlighted a lot also,
Yes.
is the celeb world.
Yes.
In Kenya, we are full of them.
Yes.
The celebs, the socialites.
Yes, the socialites.
They project a life there on social media.
Yes.
that
Glamorous.
is- yeah.
Yes.
That is far from
The reality.
what they live.
Yes.
Yeah. She may be living in Githurai,
Yes.
but on social media she's in Lavington,
Yes.
in a Range Rover.
Yes.
They are influencing the youngsters a lot, and the youngsters think this is a life.
Yes.
That's
See,
why even in
they're saying,
university,
they're saying fake it until you make it.
that's what they do.
Yes.
That's why you see even in universities now we have criminals, young boys who
Yeah,
are
who
mugging
have-
people,
True.
looking for money, selling
And even going to
drugs.
serious crimes.
Yeah, it's because of this peer pressure, fake peer pressure being created by the socialites and the fake celebs.
Yes.
There are very few who are successful.
True.
Yes, I've interacted with a lot in the media. You interact with very many of them, and sometimes you'll be shocked when they've done a job for you, and they want to be paid the same day,
Yes.
and you're telling them
Because they're living hand to mouth.
Yes, government doesn't pay the same day.
Yes.
You'll give me an invoice,
Yes.
and you'll wait for 2 weeks.
Yes.
They can't wait.
They can't wait. But they have
When
been
you enter
fronting,
social media,
they have
you
been
are-
fronting their social.
You're almost telling him, but I saw you on social media.
Yes. Yes.
They are faking it. Tell
Yes.
the young people, don't copy those ones.
Yes.
There is a real world waiting for you.
Yes.
Yeah, where you'll start with a salary of 25.
Yes.
Yes. And have your own house and buy your own food
True.
and use matatu. Yes, that's how you grow. You don't start from Mercedes.
Yes.
And you don't start in Kileleshwa.
Yes.
Yeah, you start.
There's something you're mentioning, Maina. I'm deriving something from that conversation, and I would like to hear from you, especially your perspective, because I know you have a side, a taste of both lives, of the kind of the conventional life that we used to be before we were disrupted, isn't it? And I want you to talk to some people who are living under the armpits of their parents, and they've not probably taken the initiative to know that now they're in charge of their lives. Besides the media influence, yeah, what would you say to such people? Because they have been living under the armpits of their parents until they think that it's their life, yet they have not yet gone outside to make out for their life. I would like you to hear something about that.
It's a big problem with these, they are called the Generation X's.
Yes.
They are leaving it too late under their parents' roof.
Yes.
I was telling you my example. There were no phones those days.
Yes.
So I just came and knocked on my uncle's door and told him, I'm here.
He's not sending a prayer message.
What you said? No. Just let me
myself.
stay with you for a while. I'll find something. You can see the determination.
Yes.
I'll find something. And the following day, I went to Nation Center. Nation Center those days was on Tomboya Street.
Yes. At
Up
the roundabout.
there somewhere. You climb one stair and the watchman is wondering, what have you come to do?
Yes.
You say, I want to see the features editor.
Yes.
For what? The features editor is called and comes out. What do you want? Can I be writing for you?
Yes.
He thinks you've come with a story.
Yes.
Do you have a story? No, you go and come when you have a story.
Come when you have a story.
And that's how we started. Hard. And within a short while, I tell Uncle, I think now I can look for a room. I can survive on my own. And then, luckily, now I got the teaching job.
Yes.
Teaching job was paying us only 900 shillings.
Yes.
It was too much money.
The untrained teachers.
It was a lot of money.
Yes, it was.
Because you are responsible with it.
Yes.
If you finish it, you
are on your own.
You'll start begging and
Yes.
you can die of hunger.
Yes.
And the children must see you wearing a nice t-shirt. You're
Yes.
a teacher.
Yes.
And a
nice
good
shoe.
lawman.
Yes.
Or the lawman shoe, which
Yes.
used to cost, I think, 80 shillings.
Yes.
So responsibility at an early age, it's everything. Don't rely on your parents. They'll not be there all the time.
True.
They'll not be working all the time. They are retiring.
Yes.
And when parents retire, things will start shrinking.
Shrinking, yeah, it's
And life will get very hard for you. They are staying too long. Some are 40 and they
Yes.
are staying with the parents. Things don't work that way. And we are seeing them when they come to the workplace. As they are irresponsible at home,
The same
that
responsibility is brought to
transferred
the
to the
Yes.
and
They
workplace
cannot
is,
handle their tasks.
workplace is a ruthless place.
It is a ruthless
You'll be
place.
kicked out in the evening.
Yes.
Yes. One boy was sent by a mother who is my friend.
Yes.
I told her, yeah, let's try him.
Yes.
He's waiting at the reception
Yes.
because I'm busy.
Yes.
The fire alarms go off
Yes.
and the askari comes running.
Yes.
Boss, your boy is smoking
Oh,
outside.
wow. Inside the office.
I didn't let him in.
Wow.
I just
Imagine.
called the mother.
And told her.
That boy, we can't even admit him here. Tell him to stop smoking fast or to smoke in the street.
Yes. Before
You can see the level of irresponsibility.
Yes, that's a high level of responsibility.
Yes. We used to be hired. You'll get salary at the end of
Yes.
the month.
Yes.
So from office to where you're staying, Isli or Jericho,
Yes.
you walk and you come back.
Yes.
And you walk tomorrow. And you come back. And when you are paid the first salary, you are responsible with it. We are losing that.
We are losing that
especially
grit.
with the young men.
Yes.
Girls don't suffer that.
They
too
don't
much.
a lot.
It's the boys.
And they are the ones who are modeling to become future fathers.
Yes.
And they will raise a generation. So it's a very sorry state that we must really emphasize on and encourage the boy, the boy child, yeah, to be able to come out and leave the comfort of the zone that they have been provided for and go out and venture out in the real
Venture
life.
out, yes. And learn to survive with little money.
Yes.
They have a fake notion that there is a lot of money out here.
Yes.
It is not there.
It is
it's
not
little.
Yes.
You need to scale it. And if you are paid 25, start putting 3 in a circle.
Yes.
That is the one that will buy you the home theater.
Yes, that you desire.
Sometime later in
Yes.
future. That's the one you can educate yourself with.
Yes.
When you come out with just a diploma from Kenya Institute of Mass Communication, don't die with it.
Yes.
It will never get you a very... These days, jobs first ask for papers.
There's something you have just triggered in my mind, Mr. Maina, about when you said that circle, putting something on the circle. The generation today, Maina, they are putting their money on the bet for the weekend.
Yes.
I want you to talk to those people because they are leaving one bet to the other. Okay, wanasema wataangukia. As in, I have bet, this is my weekend, and if I get it, I'm good to go. So they're living from one hand check to the other in terms of whatever happens in the betting arena. What would you like to talk to such people?
It's one of the very irresponsible behaviors. And not even just betting. They are doing a lot of other things that are not good investment. Betting, it's even in the Bible.
Yes.
Something God has cast with his mouth.
Yes.
Don't go near it. You don't live, they should be taught not to live by luck.
Yes.
The L-U-C-K.
Yes.
Luck will never take you anywhere.
True.
Live by faith.
Yes.
Faith is when you save 3,000 in the circle.
True.
It's there. It will get you a loan.
It's true.
Yeah. the bets, all you need to look at is how rich these companies are.
Yes.
Are they becoming rich by making you rich?
No. Yes, they're becoming rich.
Assuming you are the only client,
yes,
and I'm getting money from you and I'm becoming rich, who is losing?
It's the client.
It's the client who is losing.
Yes.
You win this week, the other week you lose. The other week,
you continue losing.
You take a debt.
Yes.
You continue losing. Then the other week you win and you're happy.
Yes.
Then all that you won.
So it's a cycle. It's a cycle of poverty.
And it's gambling.
Yes.
And they'll never get out of it. One of the most famous country songs is about gambling.
Yes.
Kenny Rogers.
Yes, Kenny Rogers. Yes, the gambler.
And they die in the street.
Yes.
If you go to Ngong Racecourse,
yes,
there was there who came there 50, 60 years ago. They live at the racecourse. And they bet every Sunday. You know, there's another betting racing of horses.
Yes.
These young people don't even know that.
Yes, they don't know about the horses.
Older than football.
Yes.
Those who are there bet. Today he wins. He drinks the money at Dagoretti corner.
Yes.
Next week he loses.
He goes back to the cycle again.
Once a year, the two are collected. They are dead. It's a bad habit.
Yes.
You'll never get rich through gambling.
Yes.
Whoever you are.
Yes.
There are rich people in this country.
Yes.
Very rich, even MPs.
Yes.
I knew of a senator.
True.
I don't know whether he managed to come back. You can see the guy is struggling. And he's a senator.
Yes.
Because he's a gambler.
Yes.
You know, there is a lot of gambling in town apart from football.
Yes. There's a lot of gambling.
Every casino you enter.
Yes, it's a gambling cycle.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous thing. It's a dangerous way of life. It will never take someone anywhere.
And if young people catch it early, it can ruin their life.
Yes.
And they'll be living from hand to mouth.
Yes. There's nothing like sure bet.
Yes. There's no sure bet.
Yes. Even Japan beat.
Yes, Japan
beat. You can know how many lost.
Yeah, it's true. It's such a painful thing for some people.
Lost last night after Spain lost.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow. What about Mr. Maina? Now he's talking about the young people. I want you also to talk to the parents also. Because sometimes they can be overbearing or they are overprotective of their children. And remember, we are talking about raising this person to become a responsible person. Okay, before we attribute all the blame to him also, the parents has a role to model the child, isn't it? For instance, show areas that they expect responsibility from their children, so that automatically it will be an area of reciprocity, because when a parent does not take a role of instilling to the children a level of responsibility, thereafter the child will go rogue, isn't it?
Yes.
So what would you say to such parents? Because they are raising the boys or the young girls to live in that fantasy world of irresponsibility. What would you like to say to those parents?
It can contribute. The weakness of parents of today, mostly of not letting go.
Yes.
Letting go is the better way. Let go. They won't die.
They won't die.
Yes.
Yes.
Let them go get hungry.
Yes.
And when they ask you for money, I don't have.
Yes.
Let them start learning to know hakuna pesa.
Yes.
Go look for something to do.
Yes.
Look for something to do. You sharpen them by denying them.
Yes.
You don't sharpen them by pouring on them anything they want.
You know, some parents saying that I want to give you a life that I never got from my parents.
It's a serious mistake.
Yes.
The life we were denied by our parents. They didn't deny us.
They didn't deny us.
They couldn't afford it.
Yes.
Is what has made us what we are today.
Yes.
You see, university had no dropouts.
Yes.
When you start a class of 40, you'll graduate 40. Unless one dies, 40
Today there's a very high level. Yes.
Half
of the class drop.
Yes, drop.
Wow.
Others repeat. Others linger on there for 8 years.
Yes.
It's a problem. It's there. They don't finish.
Yes.
Yet, there like me, I came out with a diploma.
Yes.
1991 is when?
Yes.
30
years ago.
Halfway through, I did a degree.
Yes.
I've done political science,
yes.
my BA. 5 years ago, I did my master's,
yes.
international studies.
Yes.
And I'm not a boy. They are young. I keep telling them, age is on your side.
True.
Yes.
Age is on their side right now.
Age is on your side.
Don't waste it away.
And every job these days is asking for masters.
Yes.
The masters is to eliminate.
To filter you out.
Yeah, they're asking masters.
Yes.
Yanini, you need to have a master's.
What about Mr. Maina? I like the way the academic achievements you have made, yeah? And what about those people who are not necessarily very gifted in that, and probably they are looking at media as an enterprise. What would you like to say to them?
A media house is multi-talented.
Yes.
It's not, it does not lock people to only a journalism degree,
Yes,
or mass communication. Media houses accept different talents, and desks are different. We have sports desk, business desk, health desk, women desk. Big media houses
we have men desk.
This
is a man show.
Usually a women desk.
Yeah, we should have also.
Men are thought to be everywhere. So,
Yes.
so those specialized desks, like specialists. Some media houses even have desks dealing with legal things only.
Yes, yes.
They would like a lawyer there. We used to have a science desk. Someone who has not even done media, but he has a knack for health, science. One big media house used to employ a doctor to write about, I think
Health.
she left. I'm
Yes,
not
she
really
left,
sure.
yes, she left.
Yeah, yeah. So, do any degree or you've done, you can look where you fit in a media house. That's why at the Media Council of Kenya, we do not restrict accreditation to mass communication only.
Okay.
We give, provided you are working in a newsroom or you've been writing.
And sorry to interrupt you. In fact, even I remember there's this coming segment of interpreters. The guys who interpret when the bulletin is going on.
Sign language.
Yes, the sign language.
Yes.
It's an area that people can also venture in, isn't it?
And it's in the law now, you know.
It's a policy requirement.
Yes, yes, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think we are heading to interesting times because opportunities are opening up and things are keeping adjusting, and we can't wait to see the end product. But I think, as you have said, we have a responsibility. We can do something and be proactive, isn't it?
Be proactive.
Even as we adapt to the changes.
And innovative.
Yes.
Very innovative.
Mr. Maina, I know the conversation can continue on and on, but I think our time has we have some constraints right now. I would like you to gather yourself and give a parting shot as you look to that camera. And I want you to talk to the young people, the young men, and generally to everyone who is listening to you that may aspire to enter into the media media space and exploit it and come out with something.
I would like especially to talk to young upcoming journalists who have landed in this business or this job in the rise of the digital age. Forget about the word disruption. Take it on the positive side. Big opportunity. The digital age is a big opportunity. You may never get formal employment, but you can become your best big employer. Some of the most successful upcoming journalists are self-employed. Some bloggers are making money that no newsroom can pay them. Some bloggers, the same, are making more money than newsrooms can pay them. YouTubers, we have people now running their own YouTube channels, being called by big media houses to sell them some of the interviews they've done on their YouTube channels. Take heart. It's not for the light-hearted. It's for the bold and the innovative. There is a chance, and don't give up.
Awesome. Great. Thank you so much, Mr. Maina Muiruri. It was great having you on the show. Very educative, very informative, very loaded. We love the whole, even the concept of, you brought a lot of insights to the conversation. And we're looking forward to probably have you another day and explore and even be able to squeeze that juice of knowledge, because you are so inspiring, and especially to the young people. It has been great having you around for this conversation. Man Unveiled, the show was it. It is great. My name is James Ireri. Looking forward for another time in the future. God bless you. Bye.